here. Before we jump into this exciting episode, I just want to say a massive thank you. Within the space of 2 days, I think we were at $60,000, and now I think we've raised $70,000 in the last week, since the last episode. And if you missed the last episode, that $70,000 was for Pido, because he had a pretty bad injury. He fell 8 meters and shattered both of his heels. I can't articulate how appreciative I am, and Pido himself feels like he can breathe now, he said. You know, he doesn't have that to worry about while he worries about the recovery. Honestly, just thank you. Let's do some building. So Raymond has helped me with the difficult part. Now that we have the window in, it's all about making sure it's straight. So that's 78. Just there's the laser line. We've got more at that end, which means that this end is high. Before I do that, I want to make sure that the gap between the window and the batten that I put on yesterday is closed with a packer, because see all that cracking of the paint? That's what happens when you screw the board in without having the gap firmly packed. Now I probably should have packed one side of this window, plumb, before we put the window in. Then you can push the window into that plumb side and fix it off. But I didn't. Oh yeah, that's pretty good, man.
How's it going?
G'day, Aaron.
What's happening?
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Place looks different, eh?
Yeah. How are you, man?
Holy heck. All that carry on.
This is where our laundry sink will go, and our wash machine goes there. Well, very exciting, eh, Aaron?
Awesome.
Okay, it's actually quite atmospheric in here with like the rain on the roof, and I'm listening to a podcast and just kind of scraping away. It's almost like an ASMR video.
I love
like
it.
one of those chill workshop, watch person chisel away to, you know those weird videos?
So what are you doing here?
I'm scraping these very toxic weatherboards so that they're flat. Is that way? Sort of stay telling and asking at the same time. Is that what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah, so the main thing is to get the chunks of paint and silicone and whatever else is on there off. So when we reuse them, they can overlap nicely.
Is that what that was? Silicon?
Possibly.
Okay, so I'm painting along here, and then I'm painting the whole back here.
That's right. The plumber, Aaron, who just showed up before, I know him because he grew up with Pido. About over a year ago when we moved down to Nelson, Pido messaged me and said, oh, did you know Aaron already lives down there? And I didn't know that, and now he's our plumber.
All us Jaffers moving to the regions. We weren't the first, I don't think we'll be the last.
Alright, it's the moment that I've been waiting for. That's packed right above the million and screwed. So is that one. We know that's all packed and the sill is looking beautiful. Beauty is subjective, obviously. But now is the time to take all those props out. And I thought I would chuck the camera out here and you can tell me whether the roof falls down or not. One more! Woo! There we go. Washing machine is hooked up over there, which allows us to build here. Pretty much just moving this power box a little bit over to widen the entry and put it on our new wall that's going to be here. Speaking of entryways, it's time to close this one up for good. is the glorious moment where we see how well our concrete did. It's not bad at all. This used to be the entryway. Stairs used to be down there. We'd walk up and there were weatherboards both sides. And we managed to take all those weatherboards off. That's what Jess has been painting the backs of. And I just did a count up and we've got enough. We've got enough to do all this and do the little bit between the big window we moved and the French door. This part was an extension, so there is building rack. And without taking all the cladding off, it's hard to get a clean layer. So we do a mixture of paper from the inside and paper from the outside. So paper from the outside where you can get it. If I just get to this stud here, then I can add the internal paper when we do that room. Sometimes you need to know when to stop. I did okay, all framed up and got that far. Got a few weatherboards there that the ends need to be painted. Jess is painting just the last of the boards that I need. I need to edit and try again in the morning. You gotta know when to stop sometimes. Thanks so much for painting, Jessie.
I've really been enjoying just painting and listening to podcasts. I've listened to 3, I think.
Lex Friedman?
Yeah, and they've all been amazing. One is about the beauty of man, which I know nothing about. Now I'm listening to the beauty and wonder of the Amazon. I listened to another one, the developer of Skyrim. Who would have thought that would be amazing, but it was. Yeah, Scott and I are both listening to different podcasts and we keep convening going, oh my gosh, I'm listening to the most amazing podcast. It's completely sent off all this like wonder and awe and you're just gonna love it, and each of us are like, no, you've got to listen to my podcast.
No,
my podcast is full of wonderment and awe, and it's quite fun. It's fun, I'm really enjoying it.
And we're about to drive down to Otago, and that's pretty much how we spend our time when we go on our road trips. Put a podcast on, something interesting.
It's our favourite thing to do, actually, I think.
Yeah.
They're long drives with really
Some interesting
long
topic.
podcasts.
Exactly. So you'll notice these weatherboards aren't painted on the back. Not there anyway. That's because they didn't need to. They would put this lead paint on here at the overlap because that's susceptible to moisture. But the back, they didn't bother because these walls were completely open. As soon as we take that plasterboard off, you can just see the weatherboards. Now the positive side of that is you just have this open space where if there's any moisture, the air inside that space can dry it out. Whereas nowadays we put paper on like this, we put insulation in there, and because of all those things that we add to increase the thermal value, you decrease the air circulation in the wall space. So it's important that wood, raw wood, is sealed so moisture doesn't continually soak into the weatherboards, much like you seal it on the outside. The weatherboards are on. There we go. It's gone. Don't look at that. It's gone. The door's gone without a trace. Woo! Before you go, a little word from our sponsor who helps us pay for this renovation. Having support from people like Squarespace is a big help for Jess and I. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can build your online presence and run your business. They offer beautiful templates for you to build a professional looking website. Within that template structure they have portfolios and galleries to help present your work in a professional manner, and if getting high up on a Google search result is important to you in your business, they have built-in SEO tools as well. You can even pick your domain name with Squarespace. Squarespace is a great service and I highly recommend it, but if you don't want to take my word for it, Squarespace also offer a free trial, so you have nothing to lose. Then once you're ready to launch your website, head to squarespace.com/Scott Brown Carpentry to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. An eagle-eye observer from New Zealand may have noticed that I'm not in Nelson. This is Christchurch, which is the biggest city in the South Island of New Zealand. Jess and I are on a little South Island road trip, which should be very nice. Jess, I got a question for you. What podcasts did we listen to on the way down?
We listened to 2 podcasts.
Yeah, what were they?
Simone Yetch and Lex Friedman.
And what were the other ones?
A Scottish one. What was his name?
Neil Oliver, Love Letter to the British Isles. I highly recommend. Alright, bye.